Man starts with a brick. Yelling excitedly, this must be a fitness machine. But the next second, a countdown to self-destruction appeared on the tiles. So angry that the man threw the brick on the spot. Result next second, the brick countdown was directly shortened by 1 year. The man immediately burned incense and knelt down to acknowledge it and complained the system might as well just give him a knife. Suicide. In the end, the system did give him a knife. Still a super short knife. The predecessor of the man was a big disciple with iron bones. The head was arrested for visiting a kill. After that, he was beheaded for failing to escape from prison, and his predecessor was on the 3rd day after the death of the head. Was killed by a plaque on the way out of the latrine in the middle of the night. This smelly way to die he refused at first. But that doesn't stop a crossover from thinking crooked thoughts. Soon he woke up. The main task of the sect system is to get him within 100 years, recruit 100,000 disciples. It meant nothing to him. As a result, I haven't recruited a single disciple for half a year. But today, suddenly a girl said she wanted to join the Ironbone Clank sect. But it made Jun Maxiao instantly happy. But also because of the addition of women. The system has opened the door shop. At this moment, Jun Maxiao showed an evil smile. He expected something awesome from the system. The result is only a novice spree. The next second, he was in tears. Sure enough, there is no such thing as awesome kryptonite. But he still can't do without the law of true fragrance. Immediately opened the novice spree. Got some talismans. One of the amazing talismans let him break through to the end of the open wheat in an instant. At this time, Jinmo smiled. I feel invincible. However, the system told him the auction of stage 12 is only the entry realm of Nebula Continent. After that, he brought his female disciple, Chen Chen, to Qinyang City to recruit disciples. A few suddenly appeared on the road. One of the thieves has a swollen face. Crying to death, Brother Li. He hit my man. Just ask who is so bold. Dare to hit the people in my forest. Jun Maxiao coldly told the other party, I am the head of the Ironbone Clank sect. Jun Mozhao heard the iron bones clanging, and they started talking. Ironbone School. It was the head who was caught visiting the kill. After that, he escaped from prison, and couldn't the 9-stream sect be beheaded? Hear this. Junmo Shao is also embarrassed. Just to humiliate me? After that, he let Chen Chen hide aside. And after Chen Chen stepped aside, said if you were going to die, remember to pass the position of head to me. Hear this. Jun Maxiao directly forced. Then he burst into aura. 3 circles of light appeared on the wrist. This confused everyone else. Why did you only start selling 3 segments, sect master? Even if it's just 9. You have to have at least 5 map realms. Are you the boss who started selling 3 segments to be funny? Result next second. Was he held down by Jun Maxiao? Do you still think it's funny? And men don't understand. Why does a 3-stage open wheat have such strong power? At this time, Jun Maxiao stopped pretending. Everyone else saw it too. It's Kamai Wuduan. This guy actually hid his true strength. In this way, Jun Maxiao killed everyone. At the same time, he also completed the side mission of the system. Received 4 sect contributions. Immediately, he summoned the system mall. Did some checking? And Qianqin was speechless. Why does this head look like a fool? It's been going against each other. Junmo Shao is very embarrassed. Why can't I afford it? Suddenly, he found if you have a little contribution, you can buy a primary healing pill. I can exchange it with this. But isn't it too sad to exchange healing medicine for the first one? You can't exchange this even if you kill it. What did Qianqin hear then? It turned out that there was a seriously injured person not far away. Jun Maxiao immediately went forward to check. This person is still alive. And Xianxun's face is indifferent. Have you seen enough? We're on our way. What if he could breathe? You don't understand islets. However, Junmo smiled. Although I don't understand islets. But this seat has healing medicine. That's all. Jun Luxiao gave the pill to the injured man. And Xianxun sighed and said that this person not only has trauma and internal injuries, your ordinary gold sore medicine is impossible to cure. The next second, he paused for a moment. The injured man stood up instantly. How is that possible? People who were just dying. Why did he become so lively after taking the pill? This sect leader is even more mysterious than I imagined. And why does it look so unfathomable? However, Nong Xiao actually thought of the secret of revenge. He immediately excitedly opened the mall again. The primary healing pill actually has such a powerful effect. That's definitely hard to buy. Martial arts world. Serious injuries are commonplace. I want to exchange all the remaining contribution points for medicinal pills. Then find a way to sell at a high price, and that's not immediately going to be plentiful. That's exciting to think about. Result next second. The beautiful picture is damaged because medicinal pills can only be purchased once a month. But Junmo Zhao thought about it. Just save a life. Shen Zhao level 7. I'm not finished yet. And he was gone. Qianchen told him that when you smiled weirdly, people leave. And Zheng Maxiao was very uncomfortable. That's my whole joke. Without a thank you. And humble, I persuaded you, little master. Mo, I suggest you be a bad person. In Nebula Continent, being a good person often doesn't end well. Listen. At this point, Junmo Zhao's heart also changed. I originally planned to save people and take the opportunity to pull them into the sect. But the reality is so ironic about people in this world. Or humiliate me and beat me, or run away after being rescued by me. Since the rules of this world respect the strong, then I must become one, enough to shake the world. After that, the two soon arrived at Qingyang City. Zheng Mo laughed. In the future, I will definitely row the iron bones. It is even more magnificent than this Qingyang City. As a result, passers-by on the side are confused. Could this naive be a disciple of the Taiju sect of Qingyang village? And Zhang Maxiao responded fiercely. This seed is not a disciple of the Ironbone Clank sect. This seed is the second head of the Ironbone Clank sect. The next second, everyone around is laughing. Everyone is laughing at Junmo Zhao. This Zheng Maxiao has won. At this time, Qianchen came up. And Zheng Maxiao was very touched by Qianchen. Good to have you. Before he finished speaking, he was punched by the humble and poisonous tongue. But soon Zheng Maxiao shook. Don't worry, what are you doing? I haven't experienced any big storms. How can you care about other people's thoughts and criticisms? So they walked into Qingyang City, and Qianchen was still a little puzzled and laughed at like this. Can you stand Nagato? However, Zheng Maxiao sneered and joked. In my previous life, I was a super simp. That cheek is nothing. And if you can't bear it, you have to bear it. Only with strength can they shut up. And so the 100 recruitment conference began. Tiger Bang and the broadswords are taunting each other. But Zheng Maxiao came among them. Take a look inside. My cheapest tent package is not bad either. This immediately aroused the hatred of those two factions. Immediately ordered the disciples to dismantle the broken tent. At this time, Zheng Maxiao also plans to start advertising. But suddenly, there was a sound. Li Qingyang from Yin Li's family is here. This instant attracted the attention of the sect head, and Zheng Maxiao still doesn't know who this Li Qingyang is. At this point, two passers-by began to explain. Li Qingyang is a favorite among factions. He was diagnosed with Shangpinlin at the age of 15. He is the first genius of Qingyang City. The height of the spiritual root represents the strength of the martial arts aptitude and the upper and lower limits of Jiang's cultivation base. A small place like Qingyang City, the middle grade spiritual root is already 1 in 10,000, and Zhenmo Jiao is the lowest level of low grade spiritual root. So Zhenmo Jiao has already decided on this matter. Even if you lame him, also fool the entrance side. Pretty soon, Li Qianyang appeared in the situation of being surrounded by people, and Zhen Moxiao found that this person seemed a little familiar. Qianchen told him, "The man who was injured in the wild earlier?" At this moment, an old man came out. "Are you interested in joining my Kangshan faction?" The Kangshan sect is the fifth-rate sect of Qingyang County. Humble and modest also believes that men are still in good taste. Joining the five-stream sect is the best choice at present. And Zhen Moxiao was uncomfortable. "What? Am I out?" I wanted to recruit him with the gift of life-saving. But suddenly, Li Qingyang walked in front of Zhen Moxiao. "Are you the head of the Ironbone Clank sect?" At this moment, everyone was dumbfounded. "Why is that? Li Gongzi will go to that trash sect to communicate?" And Zhen Mo smiled. "This seat is the head of the Ironbone Clank sect." The two bald men who were going to besiege him before were very powerful. "Old Scar, are we hallucinating?" "The first genius of Qingyang City. I'm actually apologizing to that guy." Jun Moxiao immediately convinced, "Li Qingyang, if you don't say this seat, you will forget." And Qianchen complained, "Somehow I want to force her to join with the grace of saving her life." Then Li Qingyang suddenly said, "Can you explain to me the iron?" The Bone Clank sect just triggered the thread mission. Ask Jun Moxiao to explain the glorious history of the Iron Bone Clank school. And Zhen Moxiao's face was indifferent. "Do you think I don't have a glorious history?" The two bald heads also hurriedly stood up and said, "How can young Master Li's sect have any glorious sect? The only highlight moment. It is sect leader Wang who has made contributions to the fight against pornography and flying, right? The Ironbone Clank sect is an inferior sect. I swear by the remnants of my hair." Hear this. Junmo's face turned black. "Have you said enough? These are worldly opinions. In fact, my Ironbone Clank sect is a long-standing ancient sect with profound heritage." Hear, hear. Li Qingyang was very interested, and the others are all dumbfounded. Does the first genius's brain not work well? You can believe it. Then Zhen Moxiao started a meal of fooling. To the east of Nebula Continent, it's an ocean. At the end, there is an Aolai country. There are two sacred mountains in Aolai. It is translated as Wogo Mountain. The second is Ironbone Mountain, and our Ironbone Clank sect originated from Ironbone Mountain. The first leader was named Sun Wukong. First name, Monkey Heaven Great Sage. And that's when everybody else started to kind of believe him. And the old man shouted, "Nonsense! The East China Sea is dangerous. Those who are as strong as martial emperors dare not go deep, and it is never mentioned in the records of the world. Secondly, let alone Ironbone Mountain. No one is stupid enough to believe your nonsense." However, Li Qingliang said with a smile, "I didn't expect it. The Ironbone Clank sect still has such a long history. But all you're talking about is the glory of the past. What's the advantage now? Finish talking." The old man cried directly. "That's a brilliant question." And there it was, on the soft underbelly of this unconventional sect. And Zhen Mo Zhao, it means that there is no eternal purpose in this world. But I shoot after all, it is an ancient school. Even if you fall off the altar, there is still a foundation. Just like the pill I gave you back then. It's a miracle that he makes you recover from your injuries in an instant. At this moment, Li Qingyang thought back. I also began to believe that what Zhen Moxiao said was true. And the next second, Zhen Moxiao continued to say, "This seat now needs to restore the former glory of the sect. I need a genius like you." The conditions they gave you are difficult for this seat to achieve, but if you want to become a martial emperor, then join my Ironbone Clank sect. As soon as this sentence comes out, the old man was directly angry and became a martial emperor. He really dared to say anything. Martial emperor is the strongest existence in the entire Starfall continent. It is a myth that the world admires. Li Qingyang agreed before he finished speaking. In this way, Li Qingyang officially joined the Ironbone Clank sect. The old man is very angry that you have high-grade spiritual roots. The future is limitless. Join a low-key Ironbone Pai. Is self-destructing. At this moment, Jun Mexiao stood up. Speaking of my iron bones, although I am not into the flow, but only temporarily. This seat will put the words down today. In less than 3 years, it will definitely surpass your Kengshan sect. Hear this, the old man was also completely confused. You little baby, I really think it depends on a mouth. Can it make the sect stronger? Just let you, little boy, understand the difference between heaven and earth. But Li Qingyang on the side stood up. Elder Ma, please don't make it difficult for our leader. This directly embarrassed Elder Ma. Then he was ready to leave angrily. But suddenly a voice stopped him. So it was Li Qingyang's father who came.